Okay, so let's hear your scales first, because that's really, I haven't really heard them in a while. I'm glad that your posture is feeling much better. So let's go for it, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Should I just play in scales that I like?
Yeah, so we talked a lot about, yeah. We did the harmonics, we did all kinds of things last time because we weren't really playing. So this time, let's see. Posture issues, play through, feel heels. We did the rondo, the first movement. We started the gavotte. We isolated the voices.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, I think we just probably need to let's review the quarters, duples, triplets, and coming down like we've done before. Let's do this. Yes.
But down.
Yes. Yes. So do quarters coming down, and then 8 notes. Right. So your left hand is going to start going down. Yes. Sure. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me turn it down to 110. Okay.
I don't know where I went wrong.
I could just make sure that you play
the first one.
Play the 4. Thumb, yes. Then 4. Now what? For hands together, let's slow it down just down to 100. Good. Let's do it instead of doing it in our regular way. Let's just do. Until the last, your fingering is correct until coming down. Okay, so let's just, I think 100 is a good goal to have. Let's write that down.
Well, it means for together, right?
For hands together, okay. Yes, definitely. You can play it faster than that, hands alone. But it's just that hands together is always an issue. So let's just make a little note about that. So
I love my little notebook. I'm so happy I got it.
I know, it is so cute. Okay.
Okay.
So
there you go. 15.
It is. Okay. So our goal then on the C scale then is to be able to play hands together at the same speed as you can play hands alone. So we're going to have to work that up kind of incrementally.
Okay.
But let's start.
And should I try that with the other scale?
Sure, absolutely.
Maybe a little slower though.
So we're going to say maybe
100.
Start at 100. And if that feels like you're making too many mistakes, slow it down a little bit, and then, take it up by increments. And your goal here, overall goal, final goal, is to have it at 110, just like you had hands alone at 110.
Yeah.
Okay, that's certainly doable, but working in a little bit of time. So you have C, G, D with that same triplet situation, right? But let's do the left hand, and let's just do left hand F, going around the circle, fifths going down. So left hand F. So there's no fingering change in your left hand, so right hand that's different. Okay, your right hand does something different. Yes. Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do your left hand one more time. Play hands together there slowly and tell me what fingers are going to play at the same time here. hand goes with the same number in the right hand. Where do the finger numbers 3s match up? Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Keep going. There you go. Thumbs match up. Coming back down. Alright, so let's keep working. I think we just need to work on that F more together. Hands together. And just think 3s and 1s match. I go down another 5th because this is my goal here is to get. No, go down a 5th. Right.
Oh,
right.
right.
Right. B flat. So now we're going to start B flat.
With this. Okay.
Just to do this together. There are 2 octaves, quarter notes. 1, 2, ready, go. Quarter notes, ready, go. Ready? You ready?
Yes, okay.
Ready, go. Next octave. We're not gonna switch to eighth notes. We're just gonna do
Okay.
quarters up and down. 2 octaves. Let me make that clear.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead. All right, now let's do the relative minor, right? How did I do that? How did I get to the relative minor?
Right?
Yes.
Is that 3?
Down 3. Yes. Keep the same black keys. Ready? I'm in 2 octaves. Quarter notes.
What?
Yes, you're right. Let's go back here, because we're with this G. We're not headed for the B flat, we're headed for the G. That's correct. And that's G minor, but the kind of minor it is the,
What do you mean?
is it harmonic, melodic, or the natural? The harmonic is the most commonly used one, but this one's not it. The harmonic one has to change something from the key signature.
Oh, right. I remember that. What would be the natural?
It's the natural, exactly. So that's the natural. What do we do to make it the harmonic?
Do you like skip this one and go to the
Play here. One more time. So that one is the harmonic. So we changed the F to
B?
F sharp, right. So why? You know, I think my personal opinion is that when we're in the G major, we have an F sharp. That means when we play the tonic is G, and the dominant is G, and the tonic is G, and the dominant is D. And they're both major chords, right? So if we go to G minor, and we don't use that, we play the natural minor, that means the tonic is minor, and the dominant is also minor, right?
Wait, back up. So, the tonic, that doesn't
Now G of G minor,
Mm-hmm.
easy to go from go back and forth between the minor, major and the minor, and have that dominant chord work in either key.
It's so cool how it's all connected.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know, the physics of it is what really makes it work. So G minor, we did both kinds of minors. What well, the first kind of minor was the?
We did the natural
right.
minor first.
And what? How many flats are in the natural minor?
2, right?
Right. Uh-huh. And then, what did we do
and
together?
We did the harmonic
Right.
minor.
And what do we add?
We added the F sharp.
Right. All right. Now let's look in your book. Let's look at Gavotte.
Oh, God.
You know what? I'm going to just slide that over here so we don't get any rattly things going on, because that can happen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Gavotte. And you know, I used to be able to ask this question, like, what key is this in?
Oh.
But now they put the title at the top. They tell us what key it's in. But it's in
minor.
G minor.
Right.
And I want to point out one.
This F sharp, right?
Exactly. So in the key signature, it has the 2 flats, but it has the
which makes the F sharp.
The F sharp. We're going to add the F sharp.
Gradual.
Right, to make
So
it what kind of minor if we add the F sharp?
Uh-huh.
Right, right. And so we're going to start on the G. We're going to end on the G. So this is all going to be.
Can you
G.
tell us some things and it's like natural, or if it just depends where it starts? I guess.
That, you know, whether it's going to be G or B flat, you mean?
Like if it were to be in a natural minor.
In the natural minor, we do have a piece that you played in the natural minor. In G natural minor, actually, I think.
But like, can you tell when you're looking at a piece, or
you know,
is it just like
that's a good question.
where you start?
That's a really good question. Let's look at this G, G minor maybe over here back in book 3. You know, you loved this one, didn't you?
I think so.
Can you play the first part of it?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I did like this
Yes.
one. Okay.
Play just the first part.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
All right.
Start with the chord there.
Okay.
Yeah. Aha! You have a D. An F natural, right? We don't have the F sharp. It changes the sound completely if you have the F sharp, right? Go back and do those first 2 measures again.
Okay. So. Right.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Okay. Yeah, this might be one. It'd be a good one to pull out maybe and just do a little bit of review in the first section. Yeah, and you can do it. It kind of works as a reading exercise. I'm going to just ask you to review this because we're going to play that Gavotte that's in G minor. That is, but what can we tell by looking at this? You know, they tell us it's in G minor again, but we can see it has 2 flats,
Which makes it B flat.
either B flat major or
a
G minor. We don't know, except we do know because they write it at the top of the page. But what do we have here? I mean, what's that letter name right there?
G.
Very likely, if the first note in the left hand is a G, it's going to be G minor, not B flat. Okay. See, that one's a B flat up there.
Yeah.
But the left hand is really going to be the kind of the give the secret away. Okay.
Yeah.
And at the very end, what are the notes at the end?
So G and G.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to put this down to please review. G
So.
minor. Okay. So, but there's no F sharp here. So if we didn't know that was the first note and we had the key signature, we just saw the right hand here, and we saw there was an F natural here, we might not know by looking at it that this was G minor. You know? We might not know that.
Relation to what it is, but like those are both in G. So.
But we have the G here, so it tells us something, but we don't have the F sharps. Does it come, look at the second line. Where's the F sharp? Does the F sharp come up someplace? Right, it's a whole step instead of a half step, yeah.
I'm just looking at
Oh, yes, yes.
Because that was.
Yeah, there you go, that's
oh,
right.
Wait, yeah.
You're right, that's
A.
a third,
That's
that's
A.
right, that's a third, yeah, that's a third, yeah. So that sounds good together, right?
Yeah.
Right? It would sound, this could sound okay too. But our ears say no, because we know what this sounds like.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, look at the second line. Is there an F sharp in the left hand in this line?
Yes.
Yes. So it kind of goes back and forth then between harmonic minor and natural minor.
Ooh, fun.
So it doesn't mean once
I
they,
like the harmonic one.
I think that our ears are kind of more attuned to that. Yeah.
I think it sounds a little
I want you
weird.
to also notice that this one over here, the gavotte we're about to look at, we're fixing to look at, it says, notice, well, let's look back here. I wish I had closed that. Silly me. This says it's from a notebook for Anna Magdalena Bach, but it's written by Bach's friend, Petzold. Not really written by Bach, but he liked it well enough that he put it in a collection of pieces that he gave to his wife, Anna Magdalena, to use to teach their children.
Oh,
Okay?
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, but over here, Bach really did write this one. Okay? Look at this right here. What does that say right there underneath his name?
BWV.
BWV, and that is German for Bach's works in the catalog of Bach's works. Okay? So it says it's from the suite in G minor, and this is the catalog number. That means he wrote many things in G minor. He wrote other gavottes in G minor. He wrote other minuets in G minor, but this catalog number says it's only that one. Okay?
I like G minor, huh?
Yes. What is this over here?
Not the G minor.
In. Can you read the first part of this right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you can do. Just see, I think once you get started, you'll remember it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. With a 2.
Oh my god.
Does it
I
feel
remember
familiar?
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, keep going. Just like this. With a 3. 3. Yes, right. So at the very end, you see the F sharp written in, so you know that which minor is it in?
G minor.
G minor, harmonic, exactly.
Yeah.
So this would be another one as you're reading through the
Yeah,
gavotte
go
over
through
in
the
book 4,
minuets.
to look through back at this one in G minor and the one in G minor in there. Okay, those G minor minuets, I'll write that in your book. Okay, so that's a lot of preface, but I think that reviewing
It'll
those
be
things that are in
fun,
G
yeah.
minor and G minor anyway in book 3 and book 2. Okay. So I'm going to put this right here, so whenever you have so you have insights as we go through, you can write them down. Okay.
Yes.
So one of the main things about this is that when you noticed just a second ago, when you played this, and when you played this, it was one note at a time and one note at a time here, right?
Yes.
Can you tell by looking at this what you think might be happening in this one? Does it seem to have, does 2 notes at one time, or sometimes is there more than 2 notes at a time?
Like on each beat,
Mm-hmm.
like with these chords.
Exactly, right.
Not chords, but.
Well, they are. They're 2 notes intervals, but we can call them a chord for our purposes here, okay? So they're going to happen two things happen at the same time in one hand. So rather than this being just kind of a duet, like a violin and a cello, this is going to have at least 3 voices. So maybe it's a violin, a cello, and a viola in the middle, okay? So it's going to be finding what the violin's going to play, what the viola's going to play, what the cello's going to play. And
So
then
just in like, that's a different instrument.
imagine that. We can imagine that. Now, that's not a really big deal right here, but there's also a lot of stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
So I just want you to just listen. Just listen to this part right here.
Listen to it.
Just listen to it. Listen to it again. Pretty easy to figure out what the violin's playing, right?
Yeah.
Play the violin part in that first couple of measures there. Yeah, there you go. Easy, right? Okay, now listen for the low notes. The lowest notes are going to be the cello notes, right?
The only one I really thought was like cello was this note here, the D.
The D, right? Notice
I don't know if these two would be. I'm kind of torn.
you're
a
not
little
too
bit.
sure.
I'm not
I mean,
too sure.
maybe a little bit more.
Maybe just this F sharp.
Definitely the F sharp. Okay, now that's interesting. I'm going to try to play it a little more clearly, okay, because I'm trying to voice it, what's called voicing it. I'm trying to make parts of my, the bottom part of my hand, the lower fingers, play louder to be the cello notes.
Okay.
Did you get it that
Yes,
time?
yes.
Okay, so what does the cello play in there at the beginning? And then it goes back to G. There you go. That's what I want you to hear. Okay, so let's do it with counting here. Let's so I know it's kind of weird. Just don't worry about the other note right there. Just trying to figure that out. It's good. Right, let's count it now. Okay.
Okay.
So get ready. We're going to come in. This is in cut time, but we're going to. Well, if you'd like to, sure. Just no pointing out we're in cut time, but we're going to ignore that for right now. It's important.
These would be like whole notes, and this would be like a really long note.
Well, they make this like a quarter note, not like an eighth note. Okay. But let's don't think about that way. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just think of it in 4/4, and then when we get the notes put together, we'll switch the emphasis to the two strong beats instead of 4 beats. Okay. It's
Oh, okay.
right. Cut time just means that the half note gets 1 beat. This is 1 beat.
Okay.
But I don't think about it too much. I just want to point that out because just going to think of it in 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And all of those notes what do you notice about how those notes look on the page? There's something distinctive about that as opposed to what's going on up here. There's some way the notes are written
That make them different?
that makes it so that we can tell, oh, that's the low notes, that's the cello notes, that's the bass notes.
They're like the first and last.
They are first and last.
Does it have to do with like where it's at or not? Like,
No, it has actually the way they've actually written it on the page. And I'm going to give you a hint.
Is it like almost chromatic but not really?
Well, it is kind of chromatic for a little bit there. Okay, you're having good answers. I like these answers. I'm going to tell you the right hand does not follow this rule. The right hand up here, because it's just the violin, it follows the stem rule, which says the notes are going to be, the stems are going to go up on these notes until it gets above the middle line, and then the stems are going to go down, and then the stem's going to go up and then the stems are going to go down, and the stems go up, and then they're going to up, and then they're down, okay?
So they're all the, like,
So they're following the stem rules. Yes, the low notes, all the stems are down. Even though this one is lower, that one could go up.
Is it like to signify it's different to these?
Exactly. That's exactly. So now that you know that, you can figure out the other notes then have all the stems go up, right? So that's how it's written.
I like that.
Good. That's how we write. That's how it's written, so that we can, to give us the hint, to give us the clue.
Is it like that throughout the entire song? Like
Yes, it is. So you look at this over here. The right hand gets to do it up, down, up, down,
Yeah.
up, down, up, down. And over here, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So knowing that if you want to know what the low notes are, what the bass notes are, what the cello notes are, you're going to play the ones with the stem. Shannon. So glad you figured it out without me having to tell you exactly what it was. All right, so I want you to play the stem down notes one more time, and I'm going to play the stem up notes. In other words, the viola part, while you do the cello part. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted it wrong.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You're on 3.
Oh.
Because we have 2 beats before the bar line. I'll just count 1 and 2. I'm throwing you off.
Oh.
I'll count 1 and 2 and you start on 3.
Okay, because we're not in halftime right now.
We're not doing it halftime.
Halftime.
Right.
Halftime.
That's where they go out in the field and march around with the trumpets. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
I'm coming in on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There you go. Let's keep going. You're going to play the down notes and I'll play the up stem up notes. Ready? Go. No F sharp though, remember? The F sharp's marked here, but it's not marked here.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Keeping the key, keeping the scale. Good, and your stem down notes here. Bum, bum. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
So, what we have to do though is we have to hold out. The half notes have to last for 2 beats, even though something else is going on. So we're going to do it again. I want you to hold those half notes out for 2 beats. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3.
Sorry. Okay.
G first. Right. Now you're gonna play these notes up here. Okay. So you have 1, and this is all gonna be stem up notes, but it's this hand.
Oh.
Do you remember my friend, my student a long time ago named Rex? All the wild, crazy hair.
I don't think I may have saw him
Perform or something. Yeah. Anyway, he said that one time, and I thought that's brilliant. He said, "Oh, this is the left hand of my left hand, and this is the right hand of my left hand." I thought,
Oh.
well, yeah,
awesome.
that's right. You know, that means if you did the same thing, that this is the left hand of this hand, and this is the right hand of this hand, you have
it expands it so much.
So you have like 4 instruments. It's a string quartet right there. Cello, viola, second violin, first violin, right there. Yeah. So we're gonna, if the cello can hold that note out, right? So you're gonna hold it out while the viola plays. And the viola plays. So there's half notes, half note, half note, half note.
Okay. So.
Yeah, right here. And it's finger 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're gonna try to add those other notes in. You've heard them several times.
Oh, okay.
I think you can do it. You've heard them several times.
Yeah.
There we go. 1, 2. Now we're gonna play follow the finger in here. 2, 3. 2, 3.
Oh.
Okay. There you go. That's it. I think that's all I really have to do is kind of, throw that out for you. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to play it one more time, and I want you to just listen really carefully to what I'm doing with the viola notes. The right hand of my left hand. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?